Back up at high elevation, chasing some mule deer. This is my 4th season chasing mule deer in the high country. And this is a new area for me, new place. And it is freaking beautiful. It is beautiful up here. Tomorrow's opening day. I just hiked up in here, set camp up. I'm pretty high elevation. I had to carry water pretty much the whole way. The little creek I was following to get up in here dried up, so I just grabbed it right where it came out of the ground and brought it the whole way up here. This is the only flat spot I could find, right on the backbone of the ridge, but we got some trees in here to break the wind. I'm very excited for this hunt. Feel very fortunate, very lucky to be here, be healthy, to be able to do this once again. I just have such a good time hunting these deer at this high elevation. It's so fun to me. I'm completely solo on this hunt. No one else was able to come or get a tag. I've been fortunate to take a couple nice bucks the past few years, and hopefully can do it again this year. I already saw 3 mule deer does. They were bedded right below where I decided to camp. It's a good sign. I mean, I was following deer tracks and deer scat the whole way up in here. I know I'm gonna see deer. I know I'm gonna see some bucks. There's just too much real estate here for them to hide, and I'll pick them out, hopefully. Just got done the other day hunting with my buddy Jason and my new friend Phil. Chasing out a nice bull elk the other day. Got to be there for the hunt and film it. Help them back it out. That was awesome. And it definitely put me in shape, because this climb up here wasn't too bad. We had a pretty tough pack out on that hunt. Definitely put me in shape pretty quick. But like I said, this country is very beautiful and very scenic. I'm going to refrain from showing a lot of that on video. Definitely not going to show any peaks or any landmark that I think could be recognized by somebody. The last few years making these videos, I do want to showcase the beauty and the scenery where these deer live, and show it to everyone. But there's always a select couple of people that know exactly where you're sitting. And, I do enjoy making videos. It is fun, but it kind of taints it a little bit, I guess is the word, for me, because I want to protect these animals. I like showing the hunt and the process, but I gotta do my part and protect these animals in this land and not give anybody handouts. I'm gonna refrain from showing a lot of scenery this year. I also apologize for the wind. This is a very low budget production. A lot of people complain about the wind in my videos. I can't help it's windy. I don't have a mic. I don't want to carry a freaking microphone and wear a microphone up here. It's fine. You guys can deal with it. I'm trying to talk in between wind gusts right now. It makes it tough. But I am very, very happy to be back. Very thankful, and hopefully can connect the dots and find one in this new area. The sun's just starting to set on that hillside. I've been picking apart the shade. Found 5 does already. So there's deer in here for sure. This is some of the best deer habitat I've ever seen. I mean, just a ton of habitat, ton of hiding places for these deer. I'm just a one-man show trying to glass all this country, so I'm gonna get back to work here. Well, that was a good glassing session. I didn't film much. I was just really trying to pick the ground apart instead of trying to film every deer I saw. Probably saw 11 does. Saw a couple cow elk, and then right at last light saw a really, really big body deer. Couldn't put antlers on him, but I'm sure it was a buck. It was all alone, and it was very, very, very high elevation in a tough spot. Making some dinner now. I'm sure I'll see him in the morning. We'll figure out if he's worth going after. There's no shortage of deer in this basin, so it's pretty cool. It's a beautiful night. Wind died down. Moon's out. So quiet. Making some lasagna right now. It's cooking. And I'm gonna get some sleep. If it stays just like this, I'll get good sleep. There's a little bit of cloud cover. Just a little. Probably be pretty cold in the morning. But we'll see you then. Good morning. Just made it up to the glassing knob a little bit ago. Just getting to be first light. See if we can relocate this buck. I think he's a buck at least. Beautiful morning, opening day. Feels good. Well, it took forever this morning for a deer to stand up, but I found one and it's a buck. I just can't tell. He's got a nice body, but antlers don't look big. I'm just gonna keep glassing and keep an eye on him. He doesn't look like a contender right now. Just gonna keep looking around. That first buck ended up being a little small. Now I just glassed up another buck who's also a little small. Getting some video of him here. My brother made me this attachment for my phone to go on my spotting scope. He's a smart kid. Because my spotting scope's so cheap, no one really makes a phone scope for it. And my brother likes doing that stuff. So thanks, Matt. The first buck's body's definitely bigger than this buck, but we're gonna keep looking. I've seen a couple does, but nothing worth going after yet. Like I said yesterday evening, saw a big body deer really high up that gully, and all of these deer are in the same gully, but much lower. And I haven't seen anything up higher yet, so could have been one of these deer. Could have been a different buck. We're gonna stick around and see what happens. Well, I'm just sitting here glassing. I literally just got done, and there was a gunshot below me. And I went to where that one buck was, and now he's dead. The first buck, I think, is dead. Or the guy shot a doe, because there was a doe standing there. But I see it dead, and I see the hunter. I don't know where they came from. But I wasn't going to shoot it, so congrats to him. Right there it lays. And the hunter was down here. Congrats, buddy. Hope you got a backpack to take him out with. So he shot the first buck that I glassed up, which was definitely the bigger of the two body-wise. Looks like an 18-year-old kid or so congrats to him. I'm not used to having hunter pressure like this. Last evening when I was glassing, two guys walked past me up and further. And now these are definitely different hunters down here. So I'm not used to this. I'm used to seeing nobody. That wasn't a buck I was looking to go after, so what are you gonna do? I want to stick around this evening to see if there was another buck living up higher. I don't know if I will now. A lot of time left, a lot of country to go to. Pretty crazy, he just shot it right there though. I heard him shoot. I'm like, I glassed at the second buck, he was still alive. Went down the hill, first buck was dead. Well, I'm gonna pack everything up here, head down to camp, and probably bounce out of here. These guys are being pretty loud. There's elk clear up at the top of this gully, on edge, because they can hear these guys. I gave it 2 good glassing sessions last night and this morning. I'm gonna take my chance. I'm gonna bounce out of here. Go find a new basin to hunt. Hike out, and then hike back in somewhere else, set up camp, and do it all again this evening. Just looking to find a a pretty nice buck this year. Just gonna be mobile and cover as much country as I can until I find one. Alright, I hiked out of that first spot, came into this new basin, hiked in here. I'm getting ready to set camp up. Found a half flat spot in here. Can't glass from here, there's too much timber, but I just walked down to the edge of the timber. Could see a lot of really good country up there, and there was already 2 deer out. I didn't take my spotting scope, I couldn't tell what they were. But it's only like 2 in the afternoon, so they're up pretty early. I'm gonna get camp set up real quick and go figure out what those 2 deer are. Hopefully find some more. Alright, we're out at the glassing spot. We're a lot lower than I typically glass. I normally like to be on a higher elevation on a ridge or something, but there's too much trees on this hill. I got a really good vantage from here. Also a good advantage is that I can make a move on a deer pretty quickly. But this is very beautiful country, and I'm gonna get to look, and it feels like there's a little front push in it or something. That might be why there's deer on their feet. Hopefully we find a good buck in here. Hopefully. You can see by my eyes, I've been glassing for freaking hours. Finally found some deer. 3 bucks just stepped out. Oh, the one's half decent, but probably not a contender right now. He's good 4x4, but nothing crazy. 3x4 it looks like. They're only about 400 yards. They're working their way over here. I did see 2 more deer up here earlier, right before I got camp set up, like I said. I'm gonna keep glassing and see if I can find any more deer. Very surprised how low elevation these bucks are. I mean, they're pretty freaking low. But I'm looking for a big boy, and he's probably gonna be up high. Tomorrow is a new day. Only saw 3 bucks. I ended up seeing 4 does right below the 3 bucks. And that was it. Tomorrow morning I'm gonna go up a little further, maybe 100 yards, so I can see up these next couple gullies a little better. Other than that, great opening day. Saw a total of 5 bucks today. One didn't make it. But I got 3 bucks here to keep in my back pocket, just in case I can't find a big one. I'm gonna mosey back to camp, eat some food, and go to bed.